This shirt and its colors completely encapsulates exactly where I want to go with this video. It's about that time. These two need to battle. God of Fire is one of the most talked about niche fragrances over the past year, but not everybody's ready to drop niche prices on the mango bomb. So, today I'm going to be comparing two budget dupes, Vulcan Feu, is it Feu or Feu? Today it's Feu, and Sceptre Malachite. Are they close to God of Fire? Are they close to one another? Which one's better? If they're both dupes, and they're both cloning the same thing, they're both kind of almost cloning one another, how could they be different? I got answers for you. Both of these fragrances is inspired by God of Fire, known for that spicy mango vibe. But just because they chase the same inspiration, it doesn't mean that they wear the same, contrary to popular belief. Vulcan Feu from French Avenue and Sceptre Malachite from Maison Alhambra both start out similarly the same, but they evolve and they kind of go in two different directions. But ultimately, they still kind of end up in the same realm. One's deeper and smokier, the other one is fruity and lighter. So in this video, I'm gonna put them head to head. From the opening, the heart, the dry down, the longevity, compliments, and more, we're gonna rate these bad boys so that you can decide which one of these is the one you want to buy if they're typically the same. All right, let's get into it. Now, right off the jump, both fragrances bring you that iconic spicy mango vibe that God of Fire is known for. Vulcan Feu opens up with mango, rhubarb, lemon, and ginger. It's going to give you a juicy tropical kick with a warm, zesty approach. While on the other hand, Sceptre Malachite opens with a green tangerine, black currant, and bergamot, but the effect is almost the same. A tangy, fruity explosion that screams summer. Fun, tropical, and attention-grabbing. For the opening notes, I'm going to give both of these an 8. Then we get to the heart of this thing. Vulcan Feu, it kind of gives you a bit of a smoky vibe, which is going to warm up that mango. Whereas the Sceptre Malachite goes in a bit of a spicier direction, almost giving you like a spicy mango margarita, which is spicy peppers around the brim. That right there softens out the Malachite, whereas those smoky woods in the Vulcan Feu gives it more of a masculine approach. So in this one, it kind of depends on which direction you will want to go in. More of a fruitier, tropical, fun, tangy vibe, or in a bit of a more smoky, yet still tropical direction. Me personally, I like incense and smoky fragrances, and that's what I get from this Vulcan Feu. So in the heart, the mid notes, I'm going to go with a 9 on Vulcan Feu. The Sceptre Malachite, on the other hand, the mango note still sticks out. Kind of blends in with some florals. It gets a bit juicier. Definitely in a bit of a playful direction, but smooth and light. So it kind of depends on where you want to go with it. I am still giving both of these an 8 in the heart. The dry down, that's going to seal the identity of each of these fragrances. Vulcan Feu dries down into a spiced mango skin scent, still warm, slightly woody, and definitely a bit fiery. I don't know, something about it is kind of smoky, but it leans masculine. Whereas the Sceptre Malachite's a bit more fruity, but it's still smooth. Kind of reminds me of a spicy mango margarita with whatever spices around the rim. That's what I get on the dry down of the Sceptre Malachite. Again, they both kind of start out the same. They both end up in the same direction. It's just that one's a little more smoky and the other one is just warm and spicy. So on the dry down, I'm going to give the Vulcan Feu a 9. I'm going to give the Sceptre Malachite an 8. Me personally, I prefer the smokiness. Longevity. See, now here's where we got to have a conversation because this could be a little tricky. I got Sceptre Malachite before I got the Vulcan Feu. Had it about, say, a week and some change before I had the other. And when I got this and I sprayed it on, it lasted about 8 hours on my skin. Off the top, this lasted 8 hours on my skin. However, after about a week and some change, about 2 weeks, when I spray this on, it's not as performative as it was when I first got it. Now I'm getting about 5 hours, It's going through all of its characteristics and it's gone on my skin in 5 hours. Now, if I put it to someone's nose, they can still smell it faintly, but they can still smell it. Whereas the Vulcan Feu, or Vulcan Feu, Vulcan Feu, this thing is still going for 8+ hours. Now, is it a projection monster? No. In the beginning, both of these project very well. And in a hot heat, they definitely cook. But they're not projection monsters. They just provide a nice scent bubble. Both of them definitely leave a scent trail. But when it comes to longevity and performance, I gotta go with the Vulcan Feu. But let's compare price points. You can get Sceptre Malachite for just under $30. Vulcan Feu, good luck finding it. It's always sold out. And when you do get it, it's gonna be about $50. So for longevity compared to price point, I'm gonna go with an 8 on the Vulcan Feu, and I'm gonna go with a 5 on the Sceptre Malachite. That's gonna be subject to change because I know when the summer hits and that real hot heat starts coming in, this thing might change on me again, so that 5 is gonna be subject to change. Don't take my word on that. Compliment factor time. Both of these fragrances is easy to love. That mango note is unique, energetic, and definitely stands out. But again, since that Vulcan lasts longer, you got a better shot at getting more compliments throughout the day. I'm going to give Vulcan a 9, and I'm going to give Malachite an 8 on the compliment factor. Versatility. Both of these are warm weather kings. They're both going to be great for casual wear, vacations, and dates, but not really office or formal scents. That mango is probably going to stick out in a different direction than what you want it to smell like, especially in that hot heat. They're seasonal, a bit of a niche vibe, so I'm going to give both of them a 7 on versatility. Can you wear it in the office? Maybe when it's a little cooler. Can you wear it in a more formal situation? You got better options. Value for the money. Hey, the good news is God of Fire is just over $200. The better news is these are not. Again, you can get this for just under $30. You're going to get this guy right here for $50. So it depends on what you value. Longer lasting, a bit smokier, not that long lasting again. Don't take my word for it right now. It could macerate into something else. And a bit more playful, but still spicy. I think they both punch at exactly what their price point should be at. I'm going to give both of these an 8 for their price points. So in the head-to-head recap, on the opening, I'm giving both Vulcan and Sceptre an 8. On the mid notes, I'm giving both Vulcan and Sceptre an 8. On the dry down, I'm giving Vulcan a 9 and Sceptre an 8. Longevity, this is where we separate the men from the boys. Vulcan gets an 8, Sceptre gets a 5. On the compliment factors, Vulcan gets a 9, Sceptre gets an 8. On versatility, both get a 7. And on value, both of these get an 8. Final verdict. If you want a deeper, smokier, longer lasting take on God of Fire, Vulcan Feu is your winner. It captures the essence but adds its own fire. If you're after something more carefree, fruity, casual, still got a little bit of spice, Sceptre Malachite gives you that God of Fire DNA, just in a smoother, lighter form. Let me know in the comments which one is going to be your winner. That spicy mango heat or that fruity mango cocktail. Do me a favor before we finish this thing. Hit that like button, subscribe for more fragrance face-offs and budget finds, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.